Welcome back to Sprague Homestead. I'm Nikki, and we are continuing our talk about how to become a good rabbit breeder. So now that you've located all those great breeders and had these conversations and you've learned a ton about your rabbits or your rabbit breed, now is the time we're finally going to talk about breeding or buying stock, not breeding, buying stock. It's finally time. So you should have figured out maybe a couple of breeders that you're really interested in and hopefully kind of felt them out on available stock. And now it's time to actually start making some selections. So all breeders should be willing to help you through this, especially if they know that you're new. You're looking for pictures and you're looking for posed pictures, or you're looking for a breeder that's going to actually let you come out and meet with them. Now, they may not want you to meet on the farm, but I have been known to load up rabbits and meet at my local gas station and let people take a look at them. This is where you're going to pose them. So this is where you need to have kind of learned that while you were looking at your standard. You're going to ask a lot of questions about weights, because if you're buying juniors, of course, you don't know if they're going to make weight. But what size are the parents? Are the parents within the weight standard? Are the grandparents within weight standard? This kind of information should be on the pedigree. And the breeders, I know, can be a little funny about showing pedigrees before a rabbit has been purchased. And if that's the case, just tell them, hey, take the year number and the name of the rabbit off. I'm looking for things like colors. Especially if you're doing something like Rex or Satins. There's so many colors and there's a lot of things you don't breed together, which you probably learned while you were researching your breed. But you're looking for stuff like, you don't want to buy an American and see on the pedigree that there's gray or steel. You don't want anything funky. So you're looking at that pedigree basically for weights and for those kind of things. Most breeders are going to be pretty cool about it and just say, okay, well, once they understand why you're asking, a lot of times they'll share that information with you. I know right now, especially with COVID and RHD, it's really, really hard. Most breeders don't want to meet you until you've purchased a rabbit and they're dropping them off. Or maybe you live so far out, you're getting transport, but try really hard not to buy a rabbit without actually touching it, especially if you're dealing with a typed breed, which most of them are. It happens. I get that. But you should at least be looking for a really good, nice posed picture and be evaluating that picture based on your standard. You know, if you're looking at American and it looks like a turtle, you probably want to pass on that. If you're looking at a New Zealand and it looks like an American, you probably want to pass on that. Be looking at the qualities that you see in that ARBA standard before you make any of your decisions. Like I said, keep asking questions. Ask a good breeder that really wants to put you in the right rabbits. I made that sound like it was a car, but really a good breeder is going to try and get the right rabbits to the right people. So they're going to appreciate questions. I always think that people asking me a lot of questions shows that they're really interested in the breed and they really want to learn. And for most of us, that's really what we want to see. So that is it for this week. So go out, talk to your breeders, start lining up those sales to get those rabbits. And remember, if you find the rabbits that you want and you bring them home, quarantine. Always quarantine for 30 days. And if you don't have any other rabbits, it's not a big deal. You can kind of bring them in, but still try and follow your normal quarantine procedure as far as don't breed while we're in quarantine, lots of hay, all that kind of stuff. I'll have Kanan throw up a video on how to quarantine in case you can't remember. And that is it for this week. We will see you next time. Happy homesteading.